Well, you had a fantastic ending to the regular season. Your thoughts heading into the next phase of the postseason here?
Well, you remember 5 months ago, we're standing right here, and you're asking me how the season's going to be, and I told you I'd let you know around May 15th. Well, I'll let you know around May 15th. You know, we've done okay. You know, I was talking to a couple of people last week. They were like, you know, you guys have had a good year. We've been okay. You know, I think we've got another 20% more to reach the ceiling than what we've done, and hopefully we can do it this week and hopefully continue on for another few weeks.
What's your thoughts on getting to host an event like this, getting the home fans out here?
Yeah, no, that's a really big deal. You know, every time that we've hosted a postseason event here for softball, the place is packed. You know, going back all the way to the super regionals and the conference tournaments and championship caliber play here. It's a great place to watch a game. So last weekend, Sunday's energy in this ballpark was unbelievable before the rain hit, you know, and then the 50% of the fans that stuck around afterwards, you wouldn't know that there was a difference in the energy. So you get them inside this ballpark, and it's hot and it's humid. It's our type of weather, and things fall into place for us. It's really neat that we're hosting it, and anytime that the USF can host a postseason tournament in a conference or the NCAA tournament, it means a lot.
You talked about, you know, the injuries this club has battled through, and I went back and did some homework.
Yeah.
4 days, you had 4 different winning pitchers.
Yeah.
In early March.
Yeah.
I guess when Georgina was dinged up. That doesn't happen in softball.
No, it doesn't. You know, we were very fortunate. You know, we had some losses during the stretch right before that because we were dinged up, but the perseverance of that pitching staff to come through, and I think you're right. You had Eggins and Parker and McGill and Schmoll got W's during that time, and then you had Doyle that come off the bench to give us some good innings while George was out, and she was out for about 10, 11, 12 days. That was a pretty big stretch for us, and that's probably why we're at the successful rate at the end of the year where we're at right now. We came back, did some big wins. You know, we're down big runs in late innings during that time, and came back and got some stuff done by guys coming off the bench. So it's been a ham and egg job all year long for us. We don't have any superstars, but people coming off the bench doing their job, doing something, and that's been fun to watch.
Coach, how do you, leaving this season, and how do you stay in number 1 seed? How do you stay focused on the next game and not look towards either Memphis or UCF?
Yeah, we haven't done it all year. We haven't ever looked forward to the next day or the next inning, and so that's probably the biggest strength of this team is taking care of the here and the now. So to us, it's been a 1-game season since conference started. We're trying to just posture ourselves for the next inning. We're not even looking at the next day, you know. And if you ask our team today, you know, what they're looking forward to the most, like probably they'll be talking about practice either today or tomorrow, just to get things done. I just think that the biggest antidote for fear and the unknown is preparedness, and that's what we're going to try to do.
Way college sports is set up, you have a tournament championship and a regular season championship. In your eyes, how significant is that regular season title? Is that something you take a trophy or a ring for?
Oh my gosh, you know, it's a body of work over 56 games, and to get let alone major league guys to finish at the top of their regular season division or the NFL or this and that, that's a grind. And so for student athletes to go 56 games in a competitive conference like ours, you know, you're a top 4 conference, it says a lot about your, number one, your depth of mental preparedness. It says a lot about going through your classes all day and then coming out to practice, and you know, that time from January 15th to May 1st, 2nd, you think about it. You know, you're doing a whole work day and then coming out and trying to perform on a ball field. You bet your butt I'll take a ring. You bet your butt we'll celebrate a regular season championship. I think there's nothing better to do that as a student athlete. 56 games, what a marathon. You know, sprints they can be won on the drop of a dime, and that's what the tournaments are about, okay? You know, 1-game elimination, you have a bad day, you're out. But the whole season, that says a lot. I mean, I'm really proud of that, and as a player I was also. That's a big deal.
Even the atmosphere in the dugout this weekend, you could tell that the girls were pumped. They came out ready to take the field. How did you feel about the atmosphere from the team?
You know, I'm in the third base box for at least 50% of the game, you know, and then half the team's on the field. For the other 50%, I'm in the dugout. But whoever was in there, the energy was tremendous. I actually got to watch some video stuff of Saturday and Sunday, you know, on the internet, and because somebody brought my attention to it, and I was like, that's our guys? Holy smokes, you know, their energy was way above my thought levels of what's going on. And then at the same time, I get so locked into what I'm trying to do that I don't see all that stuff. But I can feel what was going on around me, and I was glad to see that our guys really embraced that opportunity.
Any update on Mia?
No, it's ice bath, heating pad, ice bath, stretch, ice bath, stretch. How you doing? Good. When are you going to be ready? Don't know. That kind of stuff. So, once again, we've been there. Last year, Joey, as you well know, 13 surgeries. We're the last team out of the NCAA tournament last year with 13 surgeries, and this year, I think we've limited it to maybe one. So, I'll take it right now. I'll take it right now. I think next year, the odds in Vegas, I couldn't even tell you what it would be on a completely injury-free season. I think the last one we had like that was 2012, in all honesty. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, you head into the conference tournament with some nice momentum. How nice was it just looking back to last weekend for you guys to finish the deal?
I mean, I think it's huge. It's like we've obviously been playing super well for months now, at least 2-3 months, and we've been top of the conference. And to still have it come down to that last game was kind of crazy to me, but I think it's a huge deal because sometimes you can get all the way there and then you just kind of lose it. You lose the energy, you lose the motivation. But we really had girls in the dugout who were not going to let that happen. We had Brooke Leistel hyping everybody up. She just recently came back from an injury, and that's huge that she's out there. She's cheering everyone on. We've got, obviously, Mia Fung is coming back from an injury. She was hyping everyone up. Bethany Keene. It's like there's such a huge impact from the girls on the bench sometimes. And a lot of people don't recognize that. They're like, oh, it's only the 9 stars that are on the field, but that's not true. Like, I honestly don't think we would have had the games that we had this weekend if we didn't have the energy coming from the bench like that.
You were one of those dinged up guys earlier in the year, right?
A little bit, yeah.
What were you battling?
I just had a little bit of shoulder injury. They think that I also am battling a little bit of an IT band thing right now. But honestly, we have such a good staff, and they're always on you 24/7. Get in the weight room, get in the training room, make sure you're healthy, and if you're not, make sure you're just out there and you've got to give your best. And it doesn't matter really how you feel, is how well you can push through it. So for me, I've always had a lot of little like niggling injuries. They're not huge sometimes, but the shoulder thing was a little bit bigger than what I've had to deal with before, and it definitely took a mental toll on me. I felt like I couldn't give my team my best, so I was always 24/7 in the training room just doing everything I could to get better. But now that I'm here, I feel like we can definitely battle through anything, injuries or not.
You're not the only one. There's been several guys who've been dinged up. What does
Yeah.
it say just about them? That kind of resilience of this
Yeah,
team?
I would say definitely, bones of steel.
Bones
You've
of
got,
steel.
honestly, it's terrible what happened with Mia Fung. She just recently came back from an ACL injury last year, and to injure the next one it's really upsetting, obviously, as a team, because she's one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who gets injured on the team, it's kind of an injury to all of us. But I really think it's huge that we can bounce back from these injuries. Obviously, we had a bunch last year, I know of, and this year there's definitely been way, way less, which, thank goodness,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing you want like 17 surgeries.
Yeah.
But the fact that any girl can come off the bench and be ready to go is super important, especially in our game. People are going to get dinged up. It's softball, but it ain't soft,
Yeah. That's good.
I asked Coach who needed to perform the best for this tournament, and he said everybody, because there's no superstars.
No, absolutely not. Definitely not. I would say that we always say one team, one heartbeat. That's something we say before every game, and that's definitely a huge thing for us, is that you have 27 girls out there and you have 27 girls who are behind you no matter what you do. If you're up to bat, you've got 27 girls right there up to bat with you. And I think that's a really big mentality to have, because you'll see some teams we've played where there will be selfish players. There are girls that go up there and they're really only playing for themselves. And it comes out on the field when you see that there's a girl who's not ready to, drop a sack bunt to advance a runner, or someone who's not willing to take a walk because she doesn't want to take the bat off her own shoulder. So I think it's really important that we have no selfish players on this team. Everyone is fighting for each other, and we're all fighting for one goal.
Is there any teams here you're looking forward the most to playing against?
Probably not really. I think everyone is just, it's just someone, I don't want to say enemy, that comes kind of aggressive, but they're always your competition. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You could be up there playing Oklahoma, or you could be playing a team down the street, and everyone's coming out there and they want to beat you. So all you've got to do is beat them back. Mm-hmm.
You a superstitious sort? Anything you got to do before start? Or?
I'm definitely not superstitious, but I know a lot of the girls are, so I had to my hat's a little dinged up. I had to wash it. Apparently washing it is good luck for your game.
Okay.
And then obviously we have some girls who, it'll be you've got your lucky sliders, or one of them wears their sock inside out,
Yeah.
It's something crazy. But usually we don't have many superstitions. We sometimes do the rally cap if we're down in the 7th inning. That's really one of the things that I just love doing because I think it's just a crazy, quirky thing that really gets the dugout going, but I'm not superstitious.
Was that difficult, pitching well the first 3 innings and then waiting 4 hours? And
It's
how
a little
tough-
stressful.
Go
You know,
ahead.
you're never quite sure because a lot of Coach Jess says that a lot of pitching is very mental, which is extremely true. And you never really know how you're feeling that day. You can be feeling great the day before and you come in and maybe you're just not feeling it. Like your ball may not be moving, you're not hitting your spot the way that you want to, and a rain delay can definitely kind of like put a damper on that. But that was something that my catcher Macy and I talked about before the game, and we're like, we need to come out there and we need to come out there hotter than we were when we left the field. You know, there's always with a rain delay. Like for us, we had a rain delay against Houston, and we came out hotter than we did before the rain delay, and we ended up beating them and winning the series that weekend. But like we wanted to be that team again. We wanted to come out from the rain delay and like literally crush any kind of hope that they had for coming back. And I think we did really well with that.
What did y'all do during those 4 hours?
8.
Oh,
We
okay.
were hungry.
Okay. What did y'all have?
We had Which. You know,
Oh,
it's a
Which
place
Witch.
right down the
Okay,
street.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
Which. Like, which sandwich do you want? Which. But, yeah, we had a little argument in the dugout during the rain delay when everyone was dancing. We were trying to figure out like what we were gonna eat. But honestly, like we're all big stomachs. We
Okay.
really go from meal to meal.